Sherman Stervens, if I could turn back time. If I could turn back time, Sherman Stervens. Sherman Stervens.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Chairman. If I can turn back times, I would have went back to school, obtained my college degree in the initial stage instead of doing it in my adulthood. If I can turn back times, I would have more family reunions, because the family that prays together stays together. If I can turn back the times, I would serve my God more diligently with all my heart. If I can turn back the times, I would focus more on personal development. If I can turn back the times, I would walk in the light of the newness, whereby I will always stay focused on the goal ahead. If I can turn back the times, I will do more exercising because it's healthy and it will do my body good. If I can turn back the times, Mr. Contest Master, I will indeed focus on what I can achieve, Mr. Contest Master. Travel through the duty and beauty of reconciliation. Oxford Dictionary described reconciliation as restoration of people who need to be amended from a broken relationship. There are two things that I want you to know. Forgiveness is very important in reconciling. Forgiveness is unconditional. That means that you can forgive someone who offended you. They may not want to forgive you, but you as an individual have that right to ask for forgiveness. The word read, the other word is this. We need to understand that reconciliation is also unconditional. That means you can make an agreement, but it must be two persons. You can make an agreement between you and them to reconcile. That's why it's called unconditional. Groups of individuals can also have problems. It's not only between two individuals, but it can be between two countries. For example, we have a problem in the world today between Russia and Ukraine. They have conflict. This war had been going on for more than 3 years. And as a result, many persons have died as a result of that war. You also have the war going on between Israel and Hamas with the Palestinians. Again, it's all conflict. How do you resolve conflict? If you are, as an individual, you have an odd against a brother, a sister, a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, you ought to bring it forth. You cannot remain quiet. You have to open your mouth. And someone have to be a leader among either two individuals or one nation to another. Marriages have conflict. Oh, you may be surprised. Marriages have conflict? Yes, it does. If you live long enough, you will find that out. I have a friend. I would nickname him John Joe. John Joe came to my house and he told me he had a problem. I asked him what it was. He told me that his wife had left him more than 1 year ago. Well, as he came in, my family saw him, they acknowledged him, and then he got a bit nervous because remember now he come to me in privacy. When he saw them, he said to me, let's go to Wendy's down the road. We went to Wendy's and he had a similar situation. Someone saw him and they said, hey John. So he looked at me and he said, let's go to my house. I said, what? I was involved in a counseling session. This is the longest counseling session I ever been involved in. Not long after I was certified as a counselor. And you know what? I asked him if he minded me calling his wife. He said, yes, call her. So I called her and I told her, do you mind coming back to the matrimonial home so we can have this discussion? She came. They had a truckload of complaints and issues. So I said, to be fair with them, I opened up with a prayer with all of them. And then I said, okay, you give me some of your most critical issues you have with your husband. And I asked him likewise, you give me some of your wife. You won't believe what he said. His first issue was she wouldn't give him any sex. So guess what? So as we moved on with the conversation, I asked her what's the problem with him. She said, this man with a master's degree. She said he isn't working. And worst of all, when she cooked, he eat the food and wouldn't have to clean up the dishes. Conflict. So we looked at the situation and I said, listen, if we have to get something started, this is what we need to do. If you love your husband, check him out. And if she, health-wise, is okay, you all satisfy one another tonight. I called the next morning to find out each one individually because they're my friends. He said, she gave it to me. I said, okay. I called the wife. Are you satisfied? She said, yes. I said, well, okay then. We're getting somewhere. But remember, we cannot resolve all the issues in one night. I tell you, with conflicts, we have to understand that we have to be serious, we have to be honest, we have to be respectful to one another. You have to believe in it. You have to believe it's going to work. If you believe it's going to work, certainly it will work. All things are possible to them that believe it. It's a contest.